Redneck Evil Knievel here with my buddy
Old
Junior out here.
Old Junior.
And I was scanning the YouTubes looking for information on how to put a rail plug on one of these LLY Duramaxes, and I couldn't find nothing. So what me and Old Junior here are here to do for you today is to give you a detailed video on how to put a rail plug in on the
LLY
fuel rail on your
Duramax.
LLY. Yeah, Duramax. Yes, sir.
So a few things we're going to go over first. We're going to show you what kind of tools you're going to need. It's not really too difficult. It's just a few tools. First, you need a flashlight. I would recommend a high quality flashlight if you don't have one so you could actually see. Second, you're going to need some extensions, some ratchets. I would prefer to get the actual plug off. You're going to see it's going to be on there pretty hard. But I would recommend using a longer ratchet because you need a lot of torque to get that off. The two sockets you're going to need one short well 18. That's going to be for the actual plug itself. And then you're going to need long 10 millimeter or a short 10 millimeter, any 10 millimeter. But it's got to be a socket. And we'll show you why in just a second here. Let's get on up there. Okay, so first thing you gotta do is remove this here. And Greg, what is this called?
That is a glow plug module.
Glow plug
control module. Yes, sir.
Might want to move that flashlight out a little bit. It's too much of a glare.
Yeah, pull that up.
Yeah, just like that. So first, we're gonna remove this glow plug module. There's two 10 millimeter bolts. There's one here, and there's one there. And for you folks that don't know where that pressure relief valve is, it's right here on the back of your fuel rail, on the driver's side. So, this on here, you can see the head. That's an 18 millimeter bolt. So first, we're gonna break these bolts loose on the top here. All right, it's broken loose. And then this other one back here, you can see. All right, that's broken loose as well. Sorry, it's a little tight back here. So we're gonna take these two bolts out. See the one bolt? Those are 10 millimeter bolts, people. And then the second bolt, you can see me unbolting right here. So it's out. Now you'll see this move. What I did is I just picked this up and I moved it back here and just kind of stuck it back here so it's kind of out of the way. As far as out of the way as you can get it. Now, to get back to this pressure relief valve back here, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna take the socket and some extensions back here, and you're gonna have to go back here. And really, if you could see how this bracket looks, you're gonna want to go up higher on the bracket. And now I'll go get those extensions. So I got two extensions here because I had to put them together, but if you could get a little bit of a longer one, that'd be great. 18 millimeter. I got my bar right here as well. So what we're gonna do, I don't know if you could see how the bracket loops around right here, or if that light's too bright for you guys. You could get back in here and see. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it is.
You kind of see, but you're gonna see when I get my extension and my socket back in there. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna take it like this, and you're gonna go up high. When you're doing this at home, you'll see what I'm saying. Up high and back on the bracket as close as you can, because if you're down lower, you won't be able to get through. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna stick it. You're just gonna stick it through right here. You're gonna be able to. You can want to get it up over here. You're gonna be able to get on that right there. You see that? How it's on there? You see that 18. So then what you'll do is you'll get your bar. Make sure you got it in the takeoff position. You want to get all the way up under in there. It's kind of a pain in the butt, people. But I'm in. And this is why I'm saying you're going to want a long bar, because now I got a lot of leverage. With this shorter bar that I got here, if I had that in the same position, I'll show you people right now why you kind of need a long bar for this. If I had that in the same position, I don't have any leverage and I'm riding up against the firewall. So that's why I'm using twice of a long bar. So basically, you're just going to want to take it and crack it loose. I would crack it loose and take it out for you guys right now, but we actually just put this one in, so we really don't need to take it back out. And I don't want to ruin the seal it has. So that's basically how you do it. Once you get that out, there's a few key things you guys are going to need to listen to right now. You're going to get it out. Once you get that thing out, you're going to be able to get it out with your socket and everything, but when you're putting the new one in, you're going to want to try and do it by hand. So the bracket kind of loops up like this, and it's a little curve. You're going to want to stick a finger up under there and have another finger come in front of the bracket, and you're going to want to turn that pressure release valve like this. Do we have that old one laying around here? So we show them what it looks like. You throw it on out.
I've got it.
You didn't throw it out, did you?
Let's see. Right here it is.
Yes, sir. Yup. So this is what the old valve looks like.
And what we put in it was actually a plug to delete that.
Yes, we did put a plug to delete it in. So there's a bracket that goes up like that I had to stick it up under through. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get it in there with your socket at first. Then you're gonna want to try and get your socket off and back it on off, so it's still kind of sitting in the hole, because the socket's too wide to actually screw it in, and then it'll go in sideways. So you're gonna want to try and get it in, because you can't really get it in without the socket on there. But then you're gonna want to pull that socket off while it's still sitting in the hole. Now take your fingers, come up like that, push on it like that with this one, and kind of twist. Then you're gonna want to come in like that and turn. It's kind of hard to explain, but once you're up in the truck, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but that's how you're going to thread it in. And then once you get threaded in, just tighten it around home, and don't tighten it too much. If it's tight, it's tight. If it's too tight, it's broke. So yeah, that's about the end of this tutorial. Thank you guys for subscribing to our YouTube channel.
Thanks for watching. Redneck Evel Knievel here, signing off.